Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's the Four Phils. Welcome back to another video. Now, before we get started, quick intro. This is a very highly requested video. I always get these questions. What V trigger / V skill should I be using versus da 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 da? What should I do versus da 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 da? Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about which V trigger and V skill you should be using, or I use, and I'm going to explain why I use them against Ryu. Now, this video will only be focusing on Ryu. Of course, I'm going to be dropping each character one by one. I don't know which order I'm going to do it in, but every character will have their own separate video, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. But also, you guys have been showing mad support on all my other videos recently. There are a lot of you guys that are not subscribed though, so if you guys could do me a favor, definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content, or if you've been enjoying the content already and you're not subscribed, feel free to do so. But yeah, catch you guys in a second. Alright, so here we are. Okay. So the V trigger and V skill I go to against Ryu, I go to V trigger 1 and V skill 1. Right? About to tell you guys exactly why. Reason number 1, and by the way, if I look down here, it's because I've got my notes written down. Reason number 1, right? First of all, Falke has better normals on the ground. So if we look at Ryu's normals over here, Falke has the better normals on the ground. Falke has the better range. Ryu gets outranged, clearly. That's reason number 1. So Ryu can be zoned out through with these normals, right? Falke has the better normals. That's number 1. That's number 1. Moving on. Number 2. So Falke has better range. Number 2 now. What we got here? Right. So the fact that Falke has better range, he can just apply a better poking game overall. So the poking game, already Ryu has to find a way in. This is without the fireballs and anything, right? When we just look at the normals in general, just the normals, Ryu, it's an uphill battle for Ryu. Ryu is the one who needs to get in and overextend. Alright? So that was number 2, right? What we get here? The reason why I picked V trigger 1 now. V trigger 1. First of all, conversions from these normals, since Falke is more likely to get the hit, conversions from these normals become better in general with V trigger 1, and they're also safe if Ryu happens to block, and they're also safe on block. So conversions of the normals is really good. Safe on block pressure. That's one thing. What we got next? We've got... Right. Now let's talk about the fireball game for Ryu, right? Let's talk about the fireball game. So this right here... Should have it here. So this right here, right? We've already got low shots if we're charging. Wait, let me react. So we've already got low shots if we're charging, right? You can do this on reaction at certain spaces, right? You've got low shots. However, the thing with low shot, it's an option, and it's a good option that Falke has, but it's not a scary option, right? It's not a scary option. However, if I activate V trigger 1 here, it becomes a scary option because you get a knockdown. So you will get a knockdown there, which is scary because now you can dash and get your pressure going. That is what makes the difference with V trigger 1. You can now get a knockdown with your shots and apply pressure, get your movement. That's one thing. So already we can shut down his normals in the neutral, right? We can already shut down his normals here. Right, we've got the better normals. Ryu's not winning this, right? And then if he applies a fireball game at the spaces where we can react over here, and we have V trigger 1, we also get knockdowns. We also get a knockdown. Right? So that's a win-win situation here. Win-win situation. What was next here? Right, so the fact that we get a knockdown from V-Trigger 1 now, Ryu is kind of forced to make a decision whether he's going to jump in or dash in or walk forward. Because he's not comfortable at this range, right? He's also not comfortable throwing fireballs here where I can react with no shot and get a knockdown every time. So Ryu's forced to overextend. He has to make a decision here. Something that is most likely unsafe, and I will be able to anti-air or check a dash. So that's one of the reasons as well. What else do I have here? Okay, V-Trigger 1. Right, with V-Trigger 1, you can also punish the fireballs at all ranges. What do I have this set as here? Okay, yeah, EX fireballs, same goals. You can also punish these. These are also punishable. Not the EX fireball, not at all ranges. You do have to be quite close for the EX fireball because it does recover quicker. So there we go. Regular fireball though, you can do it at far ranges. Right here. That was in a reaction, sorry. There you go. So yeah, V-Trigger 1, long ranges, you still get your knockdown as well. And you might not get Oki from every single knockdown, like from full screen for example, but it's still really good because you gain ground, right? For example, if I do this, I still gain ground. Even if Ryu was to quick rise there, I would still gain ground, which is really good. You gain position on the screen, and that's important for Falke. You could even set another one up. And set another one up. If they chose to quick rise, they'll have to hold that. So yeah, that's another really good reason to use V-Trigger 1 in this matchup. What else we got here? Hold up. Okay. Yeah, and also with V-Trigger 1, you don't need to charge, right? You don't need to charge. So there's a lot of situations, there's things characters can do to make the Falke player kind of scared to charge or uneasy about charging, because they might try to cross you up and you want to use crouch fierce and you're charging with heavy punch, so you have to do an air throw but you might not be ready. So all those things, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't feel like charging, you don't have to charge when you've got V-Trigger 1. These are the low shots here. You can just do them and you still have access to all of your buttons without needing to charge. Whereas if you were using something like V-Trigger 2 for example, if Ryu did a fireball, you would have to be charging to do this. Otherwise your only other options are to jump. You wouldn't be able to V-skill at this range. You'd only be able to jump or no shot. Or you just hold down back and block. Right. Next, what do we have here? Right, moving on to V-Skill 1 now. V-Skill 1, pretty basic and simple. This matchup is pretty simple in general. I like keeping a basic game plan for this. We've got V-Skill 1. Now, we already talked about this range here, right? Shutting down Ryu at this range, we talked about that. If he does a fireball here, we can also react with low shot, right? So now that leaves us to another range, which is from here. Oh, that's EX fireball. Don't want that. Right, so from here. Now he cannot do this either. At this range, Ryu might do light fireball and try to walk behind it or dash behind it. When you use V-Skill 1, this is shut down. They cannot do anything at this range. This range is yours. They cannot do anything there. Outgone. Right? So now the only range Ryu can really play at is back here. Because he has to get in once again. But if we're over here, V-Skill 1 just shuts down. He's just feeding you V-meter for you to get V-Trigger 1. And the quicker you get V-Trigger 1, the quicker you make the matchup even more in your favor, because then you can just start doing this again. Then you can start doing that again, and then you get the knockdown and you're in, right? So V-Skill 1, it just helps to shut down Ryu even more. He cannot play at this range. Okay, now we have This also works with Ryu's V trigger 1. If Ryu uses his V trigger 1 fireballs, you can react at this range. You cannot react close up because they're too far. But at this range, full screen, you can still react to V trigger 1 fireballs. Yeah, this also does work. What next? Right. So the fact that we're using this, right? This is what would end up happening. You shut all of this down. He's got no choice but to come in. He's got no choice but to come in. And these are the situations that could occur. Right? These are the situations that could occur. Can't play at this range. So he's supposed to come in. But even when he does come in, he's coming in at a range where he loses. Even if he does make it here, he still loses at this range. So Ryu doesn't really have a range where he wins. He's always... There's ranges where he can fight better. Like at this range right here. This range right here. Ryu can fight against Falke at this range, right? To an extent. But he still doesn't win at this range. He has to take bets. For example, if he's throwing fireballs, he's taking bets, right? Because we can shut it down with crouch and medium punch. If he jumps, he's taking bets. So the risk reward is if he gets a jump in, the risk reward's in his favor. However, he needs to jump. So we're still forcing the Ryu player to make a decision. The game is kind of in our hands, which is a good thing. But yeah, this matchup, I keep it simple. I don't like to do too much. I play a basic zoning game plan against Ryu. I have V trigger 1 for the fireballs. I don't go in too much. Zone him out. If I do an air fireball, he's forced to make a decision to come in. And even when he does come in, he still loses at that range. So yeah, that's my reason to why I use V trigger 1 and V skill 1 against Ryu. You don't have to overthink stuff. This matchup is pretty simple. And I do think Falke wins it. Yo, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below as well which character you want to see me do next, because like I said, I might not do all of these in order. I might just see which one I'm feeling or which one's the most highly requested. So yeah, definitely make sure to comment and let me know which character you want to see next. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, make sure you guys subscribe, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as fast as we can, and gotta get these watch hours as well so that we can get the channel monetized and all, and just keep it running. Appreciate you guys watching the video. And also, almost forgot, if you guys have not been seeing my Twitch streams, I do stream on Twitch damn near every day, Monday to Friday. I don't do weekends, but you guys can catch me during the week on stream on Twitch live. If you guys do want to watch me playing the game live, make sure you guys check the link in the description. The first link will be the link to my Twitch channel. Make sure you guys do check that out. Give me a follow on there and come by when I go live.